Here's one that's...
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Live with Brinkofspeed and Octane Hour.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm not even ready. I don't have my microphone aimed at me. How's it going, everybody?
Hope you guys have had a good couple of weeks since our last Octane Hour. Let's see who is on.
Who do we got on?
We've got quite a few people already.
Yes.
Joey B, Vet Life, Davy Jones, Daryl D.
11 degrees in Jersey for Joe Polonis.
Gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Texas Clay. We got Tony.
Davy
Bob
Jones.
Freezing in Denver as well.
Davy Jones. How's it going?
Yeah, we were just commenting it warmed up here, but it's been cold.
Yeah, it's been super cold here. Zippity is on. Nice. Welcome.
Hello.
Glass City, Mr. Corvette, Keith French, Professor Corvette,
Yeah, Joe Lamb's
Gonzo
on,
Gear,
right?
Chris Fabi.
Yep. Who is Corey Graham? Have anybody heard that name before?
Yeah, he's been on.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been on here a long time.
Yep. Look, 4 degrees, everybody.
Yeah, Keith French in Louisiana, they got snow too.
Yeah.
My buddy in New Orleans got like 8 inches.
I think Galveston got snow.
Yeah,
they were showing the ocean.
Yep.
Crazy.
Oh, Corvette Rob's on. We got
Nice.
something for Corvette Rob to talk about later on, so
we
stay
do.
on, Corvette Rob.
Neighbor Mark is gonna brag.
I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna make Corvette Rob so jealous. He's gonna wanna come to my house, see what I got.
Yep.
So we'll show that later, right? If we have time. Yep.
Sure enough. Guys, real quick, if you're just coming in, smash the thumbs up button and let's get going.
So who's got the coldest temperature right now? We were at 22 degrees last night in Dallas, 22. So I don't think that's
we got
the coldest.
colder than that.
Did we?
I
It's
think
colder
we got
than-
down to 16 a couple
really?
nights ago. I think so.
Maybe with wind chill. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's cold. It felt
It
cold.
was cold for sure.
What's the coldest we've got? 26 in Nashville. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
26 in Nashville. They were showing people throwing snowballs in the French Quarter, right, on Bourbon Street, and they were showing people snowballs in Panama City Beach, Florida,
That's crazy.
where the water was coming up to the sand, and then there's snow on the sand. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Larry Anthony is on. Welcome, Larry. I know he doesn't get to
Oh,
join very
look,
often.
Rick Conti's on. You got to wish him happy birthday.
Oh, nice. Happy
You know
birthday.
it's his birthday, right?
Is he turning 50 now? He's 50 now?
He had it on a...
Rick,
I think
happy
he's only
50th.
49.
49?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, we're
Welcome,
nicer
Rick.
than his...
By the way, guys, so that all of my fans know, which are mostly Rick's fans too, he had to reschedule his live with us. I was actually going to announce it tonight anyway. He was scheduled to come here on February 19th, but he had a conflict that he had forgotten about that he bought back in, I think he said September or November, or September or October last year. So he is going to come on March 5th now. So he'll be on Octane Hour March 5th with us.
Very good.
Yep, we're
Hopefully
excited
it'll be
about
warmer.
that.
It'll be warmer when you get here, Rick.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot warmer.
Yep.
Hopefully. Sometimes we do have those
Yeah,
up and downs in March, though. That'll get you, but
Yep.
awesome. He says -4 real temp Ohio. Sheesh.
Yep. Oh, Rick. Since Rick Conti's on and he lives close to Columbus, I just wanted to say congratulations to all our Ohio State
I
fans.
got my glasses on.
Look at this. We've got our sweatshirt for Ohio State. There we go. See?
Oh, he's got his mic around there. Good.
The Buckeyes, right? The Buckeyes. And then we've got we're going to put this as our new background right here. Here we go. Look at that. Go Buckeyes,
That's our
Rick.
new background.
That's our new background. Instead of, look at that. Go Buckeyes.
Oh, my gosh.
I spent 20...
Hopefully there's no Michigan fans out there.
I don't know. Well, they won last year, so it's all
That's
good for
true.
Big Ten. I rooted for Michigan last year. It was tough for me to do it, but it was Big Ten. So
What year did you graduate there?
I did not graduate there. My daughter graduated the
Okay.
year they won the national championship in 2015.
Oh, nice.
And I lived up in Northeast Ohio near Cleveland for 26 years, and we didn't have any professional sports teams to root for in Cleveland, as you know, because the Browns are there and they're not really professional sports teams, and the Cavs hadn't won, so the Buckeyes are the professional sports team in Ohio. So, but anyway, I just thought for fun.
So Texas Clay says, neighbor Mark, shameless gloating.
Oh, yes. That's us Buckeye
All right.
fans, so there you go.
We do a little gloating. We do a little promoting.
gloating and promoting
rhymed, yes. So we are brought to you by the NCM Insurance. I know most of you out there know what this is, but on the replay, there probably will be plenty of you who don't. This is collectible car insurance. It's not Corvette insurance. It's collectible car insurance. So if you have a car that you consider your collectible car, you drive it 6,000 miles a year or less, you have it in a garage, and you have an extra car that you use as your daily driver, you would qualify for this insurance from the NCM insurance company. And the way that you get a quote is you click on that, get a quote, fill out the information, make sure you put in there BOS 2025 now to let them know that you came from Brinkofspeed, and they will shoot you an email with the information that they need from that. Fill that out, send it back, and then they'll give you a call and give you a quote. There's going to be plenty of people on this live that'll tell you how much they're saving, and I know there's some on here right now. I think Mark YMV is on here. I think he said he saved like $3,500 a year. I know neighbor Mark saved lots of money. Darren and I saved hundreds, which is still a lot of money when you add it up. But there's plenty of people out there saving money, and I would say about 1% of the population isn't able to save money on this insurance. So definitely check it out. It is great insurance, and they have a lot of things that are just standard with the insurance that you're really going to love. One of them is agreed value. Agreed value is great because if you think your car, not think, but if you know what your car's worth plus whatever you've added to that car, you can agree on that with the insurance company, and they'll pay you that instead of what market value is for the car if it's totaled. Also, they have rollover miles. Rollover miles are really, really great, especially for people like neighbor Mark.
I'm rolling them over, baby.
You get rebate checks.
Oh
I wish I'd get the rebate checks. That would be good. Yes, if I got like a rebate back on what I haven't used on my mileage, but no. But it's
I
great.
mean, if he drives 2,000 miles a year, I think he has the 3,000 mile a year coverage.
I think I do 3.
So he's tacking on 1,000 miles every year of rollover miles.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool.
All good.
And that works with 6,000 and less. So.
And you can actually call and speak to somebody and not be like talking to a call center in
that is correct.
Some country or something. And they, so it's good.
They're great. They're easy to deal with. And we highly recommend them. You know, like I said, maybe 1% of the population can't use them, but the rest can. So check them out.
Yep.
All right.
We've got so many good comments, especially the fact that Poopy is here.
I feel like we haven't seen him on for a long time.
Is on?
Yeah.
Poopy one is here.
Gosh.
Where the heck have you been, Poopy? Listen, we're going to block you if you don't come every 2 weeks and come see us. So let's go. Come on.
And now the question is, have you secured a Corvette again, or are you still Corvette-less? Because I know last time you were on here, I think you hadn't gotten the Corvette back yet. So
back. He had a Grand Sport.
Bought one.
He had a Grand Sport or something, didn't he?
He bought one,
C6
and
Grand
then he
Sport?
got rid of it, and I don't know if he's gotten another one yet. But I know his dream is just to be able to own a Corvette and just be done.
There you go. All right.
Guys, my last 2 videos are in the description below. Check them out. The second to last one is the most expensive ZR1. I did a build and just tried to max out a ZR1. There were a couple of items that weren't on those build sheets. One of them that surprised me the most that wasn't on the build sheet was for the convertible. They did not have the carbon flash nacelles or roof on that, unless I just missed it. If you guys saw it on the build sheet, then I guess I missed it, but I did not see it on there. That's a $1,200 item. So it could have been a little higher because of that. And then there were some carbon fiber bits, but I'm thinking maybe it's because most of that is standard anyway on the ZR1. But one of the carbon fiber bits that I didn't see is the front grille pieces. Mm-hmm.
Did you? Someone just asked. Did you add the carbon fiber wheels as part of that?
I did.
How much is that? The same amount? 13.
They're 14,000. Yeah, for the carbon fiber.
Just add them right
and
in.
just one style. The one style.
Yeah, just one style with the ZR1.
I've got my friend here who's got the 2019 Dwayne. If he's on, he said he was going to be on tonight. Dwayne, he sent me his build. He's up to 230. 231,
build.
946. He's got the front lift, the red mist tint coat, competition seats, caliper, yellow, specialized wheel finish, color seats, yellow, seatbelt yellow, interior plaque, exhaust tips, carbon fiber mirror caps, engine brace.
Yeah, I did all that stuff.
I guess this is a coupe
Well,
then, right?
that's a coupe, yeah.
This
'cause
must
it's
be a
got the
coupe.
engine brace.
So he's got a coupe.
But did you notice that the coupe I got up just as expensive? Now,
Yes.
Now there was one thing
You added a few little extra things in there. To
I
get
added
it
a
up
few
there.
little extra things, but still, to be able to get a coupe up into the 240s surprised me.
How much was the rear carbon fiber split window part? Do you remember?
I don't
Carbon
remember,
fiber
but it
sill
was
plates, carbon fiber steering wheel. Do you
probably
see it?
2,000. I, think is
I
what
thought it would be
was.
more than that.
Me too. But you know what I was really surprised about with the ZR1? On the C6 and C7 ZR1s, the hood is 100% carbon fiber. But the hood on these are not. I'm really surprised and I'm disappointed because that probably would have saved 50 to 60 pounds probably.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
On the front hood?
No.
Oh,
rear.
yeah. We
Yeah,
talked
the
about
actual
yeah,
real
yeah,
hood.
Yeah.
That
The
big
Yeah.
flop up
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
they
yeah.
should have made that whole piece carbon fiber because on a on a C6 and C7 ZR1, the entire front hood is carbon fiber. What
Right.
do you think about that, Robert? Let me know in the
Well,
comments.
isn't it SMC, sheet molded compound, like the rest of the Corvettes? So I don't think it's
but
too,
it's
a little lighter. I'm sure it's lighter, but
yeah, it's
not like it's a
probably quite bit
steel
heavier.
hatchback.
No. It's not like a C3 or C4.
Oh, God. I get it. On my pace car, you lift the hood. It's like you're lifting a boat anchor.
Right.
And then you think of the vacuum tanks that lift the headlights up and the mechanisms. That car could have been like 1,000 pounds lighter if they would have just used, back then they didn't use sheet molten compound. They used real fiberglass, hand-laid fiberglass over molds. It was just
Right.
crazy. The sheet molded compound is more plastic than anything. But yeah, the weight of the cars back then were crazy.
So Rick says probably need the weight in the up front. Well, yeah, I mean, they could have made the front. It's not a front, but I'm sure that front area is very light because there's
that's
almost no
nothing.
material.
That's nothing.
But I'm talking about the back actual real
the back hatch on the coupe that's got the glass on it.
that
all
should be carbon fiber, the whole piece. So I'm disappointed about that, but
Is there any glass in the back or is it all plastic?
no, that's a piece of glass.
There is.
It's the glass.
Yeah, it's the same as
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, but it is that split window design
That's what I'm saying.
thing
Right.
going on.
It is
Yeah, but
glass.
there's like it's kind of like an Aventador where there's those little pieces.
But
of
is that glass or plastic?
I think it's glass. Yeah, I would say.
But it's got it's not a
'Cause it would
solid
be- it would
piece
be
of
too much
glass.
heat for
It's got air
plastic.
going through that, right?
Oh yeah,
So
it's
like-
all open.
Yeah.
And then if you get the
Rick,
piece
maybe
that
Rick
he
knows,
talked
too.
about, then you have all carbon fiber around that area, but the rest of that hood
Right.
part is not. So, the second video is the most powerful E-Ray ever. I just put that out yesterday. I went to Boost District. Shout out to them. They are doing big things with C8 Stingrays, E-Rays, Z06s, and he's got an allocation for a ZR1. So I'm sure we're going to see some crazy stuff with ZR1s too. But anyway,
Yeah, my friend Rick, my friend Rob Zambrowski, he's on RZ. I always try to get him on. He's got a ZR1 91 ZR1, and he's right. Those clamshells of the C4s are heavy too.
yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
super heavy.
Yeah.
They're super heavy. Yeah, it's got a
Hey,
lot of
Seagarner
stuff in it.
Speed 252 is on. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome, Clarence.
Yep. Hey, Clarence.
So, yeah, those are the last two videos. Check those out. They're linked in the description. Now let's talk about WheelCraft.
Who's Gin and Boost? Is that a new one? Gin and Boost?
No, I
Bo-
recognize that.
Okay.
No, they've been on.
Wayne G. When will GM post the build and price for ZR1? They already kind of did with the prices, right?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. No, they have not posted the build and price. As I talked 2 weeks ago, I really, really hope and pray that they do that before you're able to really submit an order. Now, you're supposedly able to submit an order tomorrow. We'll get into that in a minute. I want Rick's comment on that. But I hope that before the majority of orders go in, which is in February, that we will have a build and price. Can you grab the
Yes.
WheelCraft wheel real quick? Okay, thanks. So, guys, if you are not familiar with WheelCraft, they have a phenomenal PVD process with their chroming. And Ed is the owner.
Mike's face there.
They have something going on that's really, really great. And actually,
Something different, like a new special or something?
Oh, you can see the wheel a little bit, but we're gonna get a better view of the wheel.
Oh, look at that! Look, I'll spin it.
So,
yeah, there you go. See?
That way you guys can see the wheel. But if you are the Corvette owner out there that wants aftermarket wheels and you want chrome, you're disappointed that the C8 didn't have chrome wheels, this is who you want to go to because they make the process very, very simple. They take your OEM wheels that you currently have. They have them at their shop, though. They chrome them.
Yeah.
They ship them to you in boxes. They have return shipping labels in the boxes. You take those wheels out when you get them. You install your tires on them wherever you get the stuff installed. Put them on your car. Take your old wheels and send them back to WheelCraft. And that's the process. And it's very inexpensive.
It's quick, right? Because it's
very quick.
You don't have to wait for them to do your specific wheel. They've already got wheels in stock ready to go.
And it's very inexpensive compared to going out and buying aftermarket wheels.
Is that beautiful? God, I remember I had the chrome wheels on my 2016. God, I missed that car and I missed those chrome wheels.
They're about $1,300 to $1,700 depending on your car, the process.
I'd have to just buy wheels outright. You know what? That's actually an interesting idea because you can go out and buy these stock wheels for dime a dozen.
Yeah.
You can find these, send them over there, have them chromed, and then I could have the
stock wheels.
I would never send my stock wheels.
The 70th?
It's a 70th anniversary.
Yeah,
I'm not going to screw around with the 70th anniversary wheels. I'll keep them off to the side. But
yeah, do that.
This is just so beautiful. I know this would look good with my black 70th.
All right, Vanna.
All right.
Thank you.
John.
So this is their website. Come on here. It's all linked in the description below. Check out all the different types of wheels that they'll do, the different colors. They actually have black chrome as well. They also have blue and red. So check out everything. They will also work with your wheel company. So if, say, like you do want to spend some extra money on a particular wheel, but you want it to have this type of finish, then you can actually have those wheels shipped directly to WheelCraft. WheelCraft will chrome them and then ship them to you.
And Zippity actually says he's done a few deliveries, and I think others do it too, where you can have the car picked up and at the museum.
At the museum.
And they'll have the car ready for you and the wheels right on there. So, yeah,
Yes.
I think Zippity says he does that at Sioka. And Davey Jones wants to know, are you going to be at Rick Conti's Autocross Challenge when he announces the date?
So, like I said in the comment section of his video, that is my plan. I'd love to know the date, and I totally understand why he hasn't announced a date yet. This is a
moving target.
Yeah, it's not easy to figure this out, and I totally back him. Whatever he tries, whatever he figures out is fine. Hopefully, I will be able to make it happen though, because even though I'm not going to win, I need to practice a lot, and I don't have really anywhere to practice.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to practice. We used to have a lot of over at the Texas Motor Speedway.
Yes.
They used to do autocrosses, and
yes,
they've totally
never did them.
They cut. No, I would never do it. I'd go and watch and shoot pictures. But no, I mean, they've totally cut that out because Texas Motor Speedway, that's another story, but they don't have clubs racing there anymore. So it's tough to find places to do autocross. You got to set the cones up and the timing and all of that. But if you can find a place to do it and do it in somebody else's car, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, but I'm totally in as long as I can make it work. It'll be a blast. Like I said, I don't care if I win. I'll probably place pretty well, but who knows? I might not, because there's a lot of YouTubers that are probably pretty decent drivers coming.
Yeah, but autocross at Jim's right. Look at neighbor Mark. Beat all of us by a lot.
Yeah.
What was that? Say that
No, you
again?
won.
Did
You
I hear
smoked
that?
Everyone.
Just autocross.
I told you, I got my money on you.
Just autocross.
Slow is fast in autocross.
That's right. That's right. In fact, I sent an email to Rick on that. I said, Rick, I did beat Mike and Darren in the autocross. So, if you got low, if you need an extra sub in at last minute, a stand in, I might do it. Especially because you can go there and use their cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not expensive.
I don't know, has he said it? You got to make up even playing field. Everyone has to use the same car.
Everybody's using Stingrays as far as I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can just use their car for a couple $100, I think it was. I don't think it was very expensive, right, Rick?
Yeah,
It would be fantastic.
Chris made a good point. We're going to compete, and I'm very competitive when it comes to racing.
I'm not.
I have a
I
very
don't
competitive
care.
spirit. But really, the most fun part, in my opinion, will be meeting the fans and just interacting with the other YouTubers. It'll be a lot of fun.
We should do like a cruise. Do like to go up to Lexington. It's not too far from there and back. Nashville. Go to Nashville and back.
Yeah,
Nashville,
depending if we drive
probably,
cars
yeah.
there or not.
We'll get them there.
No, you just rent theirs for $150. Look, somebody said Professor Corvette's $150. Is that a freaking deal or not? You go and trash somebody else's car instead of your own.
Mark, do you remember Rick was asking, what was your time at Ron Fellows? It was like 31.
Well, but that time doesn't matter.
Because it'll change.
Because
but
they change the track all the time.
You think, though? It's probably
I
pretty
know they do. Yeah.
at Ron Fellows they change?
The track that I drove the first time I went was completely different the second time.
Yeah, but I bet your
By
recent
a
is probably the
lot.
same.
But was it a Stingray or was it you were in the Z06 class? Or
No, I did both Stingrays.
Both Stingrays.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was different.
Because I feel like when I
different.
was there for the Z06 it was the exact same. In fact, I know it was the same because they had the Stingray guys.
Start, you turn,
Yeah,
back
and that
around,
swoop.
back, and then swoop.
I'm telling you, it was a completely
But what was your
different
time,
track.
anyways? You were like
I'd have to look.
20. I don't
It was
remember.
it was so low as immeasurable. I think I don't know what it
And
was, but it
I've
was.
seen videos. Here's another thing that kind of confused me is I've seen YouTubers post up their autocross things from Ron Fellows, and at one point, the instructors were letting them roll into the start. So instead of stopping and then saying go and letting them start, they were
already going.
They're already going.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
different. We were like doing the
Well, of
the
course
launch.
you're going to get a fast time.
Well,
if
yeah,
you're
I mean
already
that's
rolling.
the thing. I guess you're right. At
We were
Ron
doing
Fellows, it's
launch,
all
right?
stopwatch. It's not official.
Yeah, and like I said, the autocross cone setup that I raced in 2021 was completely different than the one that we raced in 2023.
You know, I didn't probably
By a lot.
I actually did autocross for like a season
Rick says was 29.1
Back in
for
the
the
day.
zero
I
plus
did.
class.
I did
in a Ford
like
Focus.
3 or
A
4
Ford
years
Focus.
of autocross.
Focus ST?
No, no.
Just a regular Focus? Wow.
Focus, yeah.
Yeah.
I did it with
And my buddy had a BMW M. What's the M Coupe? Like the little convertible.
just the M Coupe.
M3?
It looks like a baseball
yeah,
cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
M3? Yeah.
I don't know.
I did it
was
in
never
a
very
Mini
good at
Cooper
it.
S
Yeah.
for quite a while, and then when I got my 2005 or 2003 Z06, I did it in that a couple of times. But autocross is a totally different.
Yeah, you actually
animal
don't
than
want
road
the
course.
power.
Yeah, road course, you know me. If anybody wants to see the video of us three doing it, just go to his previous videos from last year and you'll see the videos of us doing that and the award ceremony and everything.
So-
it's a good video.
Texas Clay just asked a good question to Rick. From my experience in autocross, more power, if you are a great driver, is a good thing. Because the best driver out of all the autocrossers that I used to race against in the 2 or 3 years that I did it, owned a C5 Z06. That was the fastest car you could buy for autocross in the early 2000s. And he was a monster out there. I mean, he got times that you wouldn't believe compared to all the other people out there. And there were a lot of really good drivers that had things like me, like a Mini Cooper or a Mazda Miata that was all, fixed up with slicks and everything.
Yeah.
And all these, Lotuses and things like that are super small, super light, very agile. The Mini Cooper was super small, super light, very agile. But that Corvette Z06 with slicks on it and a really great driver was always number one. No one ever beat him.
But I think in general, not much of a difference between a Stingray and a Z06.
Well,
It depends on the track.
I would offer.
I've driven both on the track, and I would much rather have a Z06.
But we're talking autocross.
I know. I'm just saying for handling purposes, I felt like the Z06 outhandled the Stingray by a long shot.
And it also depends on the autocross setup. They're all different. And I
That's
remember
correct.
the one at Ron Fellows was a very short autocross
Very
with
short,
a lot
very
of
tight.
curves.
But you're
never
even-
getting near top speed. The only top speed you got at the Ron Fellows
launch.
was the launch.
But you could be
After
at a
that,
disadvantage at the launch in a Z06.
You could, yes, you could. And the
you have-
Z06 has wider tires and stiffer suspension. So, yes, you might have. But with those short courses, who knows? Maybe the
Oh, I know, because
E-Ray
I've done both on the
would
same
be
track.
better on those short courses.
The Z06 times, they're the
Because the
exact. They were the
E-Ray
same
helps
at
you
Ron
turn into the
Fellows.
corner with that front wheel drive. You said it turns better. right?
No, it comes out of the corner better.
Yeah, and there's like 100 corners in the
on a road course where you have a long, a
Gotcha.
wide surface.
Gotcha.
On a autocross,
You don't think it would get you out of the corner quicker?
it's too heavy. You want a light car with
right.
autocross.
All right.
Yeah, you really want a light car. I've done it a long time, and like I said, it's literally been 20 years since I was doing autocross all the time, and you get out of practice, and when you do nothing but road course after that, that's what you're used to, and you're used to being very smooth and turning, totally different than autocross where you're this, that.
Yes,
quick
it's
turns.
awesome. And I had never done it ever before, and I beat these two. Mm-hmm. So there you go. That's from me. Those parking maneuvers in Home Depot.
Is that a space? Grab it.
Give a space. Grab that space.
Oh my gosh. All right, real quick before we get to some topics before the main subject. Guys, there's another giveaway coming to the end, the middle of February. It is the International Motor Racing Research Center giving away a 2024 Corvette Z06 with the Z07 Performance Package. This car is absolutely gorgeous. It's white. It's got I think those are the red stripes. And then because you are a Brinkofspeed watcher, right now you are getting 50% more entries. So the link is in the description below. If you want to click on it, click on one of these. Once it brings you to this page, you'll see actually, I'm sorry, it's more than 50%. It's 2x right now. So you're getting 2x entries because you are a Brinkofspeed watcher. Fill out the information here. Click continue. Fill out the credit card information. You're all set and enter to win. And like I said, this ends on February 16th, and the drawing date is February 22nd. So let me know if one of you guys wins. I want to know that. All right.
Somebody said, my friend Dwayne, who's in the area, he's in the Corvette clubs with me. He says there's the next autocross is at Brookhaven College on Saturday, March 25th, 8 till 1 o'clock. That's on your side of the.
Yeah, that's in Carrollton.
Yeah,
I
so
believe.
So I told him, I just texted him, great.
Well,
I'll
bring
come.
your Stingray.
I'll come watch.
Bring your
because I
Stingray.
ain't throwing my
And
car around an autocross.
I'll autocross your Stingray.
You will not even go near my beautiful
Don't
70th
you
anniversary. I trust you, and you'll scrub all my tires up. No, I don't do that.
They're
Unless you bring a set of rims and tires, I'll do the autocross. It's the tires. I don't want to buy new tires.
They're going to go out of date before you even.
Let me explain something about autocross. Autocross, you could probably do 100 autocrosses before you need new tires.
I know, but they scrape the sidewalls a little bit. What do you think, Dwayne? Should I do it in my car?
No, you should let me do it.
No, he's not touching it.
We could do both.
Yeah, and I'll beat you in it because apparently I'm better at autocross than some people.
Find out.
Yeah.
You give me some time, and I will definitely change that.
Oh God,
I
would. And it's interesting because Rick was showing the autocross tapes from the NCM, and that's a different autocross than
That's a pretty big one.
That's a big one. There's long straights and turns and stuff.
That's how it was when I did autocross. There was a lot longer straights and stuff.
Yeah, so then I would probably lose.
You never got out of second gear though.
Never. Oh, that's even better for me.
Never got out of second gear.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into a few things before we get to the main subject. I'm sure most of you have seen this, but GM did go ahead and release their official pricing on the ZR1. So this is linked in the description below. If you haven't seen this article, check it out. We're going to go over a lot of ZR1 stuff tonight because there's also an article on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum talking about trying to guess and estimate what the gas guzzler tax is going to be on the ZR1. And I'd like to hear what you guys think and what you guys think. But right now,
how do they figure that out? Is it a percentage of the sales price?
No, I think it's the base car. I don't think it changes if you have a higher.
It does.
Does it?
It doesn't change 1LZ to 3LZ.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
changes non-ZTK to ZTK.
Right.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Just like the Z06.
Not the engine.
The non-Z07 Z06 is less expensive than the Z07. So what they're guessing on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum is $3,000 for non-ZTK and $5,000 for ZTK.
Really? Just for the option package? It's the same engine. Why
it doesn't matter. The the
It's not guzzling more gas.
that
as
is
the
the
ZTK, is it?
downforce is way higher on ZTK.
So when I'm doing 290 or 190, I've got more downforce. Okay.
Oh yeah, well, not even at 90 miles an hour, you have a lot more downforce.
Still don't understand that pounds of downforce. It's crazy. They say that's like how many pounds of downforce?
It has 1,200.
1,200. So that means I could take 12 100 sandbags and put it on the back of the car, and that's the downforce. I don't get
No,
it.
you'd have to distribute it evenly throughout the car because the front arrow, side arrow, and rear arrow
is all where that.
combine.
But here's 1,200.
I just Googled it.
1,200.
It's based on 55% of the city driving estimate mileage and then 45% on the highway.
Sure.
So the lower gas
But
mileage.
that's a big price delta.
It is.
difference.
It is.
I mean,
It's a
that's,
big difference.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just letting you know that's what they guess. So what's your guess? Because the Z06 was 2,600.
You know what? This
3,000.
stuff, I don't even care. If you're worrying about
you're
gas
buying
guzzler tax, it's not the car for you.
I'm not worried about it at all. There's people out there that would like to know, though.
There was
Go
a guy
buy it.
on Mecum auctions this weekend. There was a guy said, I just bought a 78 pace car. What's the gas mileage supposed to be? I'm like, you're asking about gas mileage. You're not asking about anything else with the car. You're asking about what your gas mileage is. Oh my goodness.
So
Okay.
it's just something to talk about.
Yeah.
Professor Corvette says 4,500.
What was the gas guzzler tax on your E-Ray?
None.
0?
Because it was an E-Ray, yes.
No, it said if it's combined mileage
Wow.
is 22 miles per gallon, you have to pay gas guzzler tax.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Chris Favi is saying 7,500.
Oh,
No.
That'd be steep.
Oh,
I was surprised to see that they raised the convertible $10,000. So instead of 7,500.
But with all these different things happening with the new administration, not probably this year, but maybe in 2026, maybe those numbers come way down.
Yeah, I'm not discounting
saying.
that at all. That probably could happen. But what I'm saying is I was very surprised to see that from the convertible of the C7 being $7,500 more, and then the convertible for the C8 being $7,500 more. What's up? Oh, I was very surprised to see that it was $10,000 for the new ZR1. So
God,
that took me
$10,000?
$10,000 to get a convertible now.
Oh, yeah, the convertible. Hey, Jim Tauser, how's it going? He's on.
Hey, welcome, Jim.
Yep.
All right,
to
so
see
let's go to the next topic. Most of
Did you see what John Somerville said before?
I
you
did
go?
not. Go ahead.
The mice got to his Z06 and ate it
no.
up.
I've had that happen before on my Mini Cooper.
Got into mine in the garage. I had it parked in. Insurance is going to cover it, but it's still heartbreaking. Oh,
yeah,
my
it
goodness.
sucks.
Yep.
They eat those wires up. It sucks big time.
Yep.
The Miniature Corvette forum posted the order guide for the 2025 ZR1. So you have all the codes now. Again, those 3 pages with the prices had most of the codes and most of the prices, but did not have all of them. This order guide is a PDF. So all you got to do is click right here and it downloads the PDF.
That's
and then
cool.
you have all the pages so you can look at all the codes and everything.
And send your order into your dealer.
That's right, right now.
Right now. Do it. Yes.
I actually need to do that. My guy was
ASAP.
asking me for mine.
There you go.
Yep.
So yeah, there's your order guide. It's in the description. So, and then let's see.
So when did we heard Rick, some other people talk? I don't know if this is jumping ahead,
No,
but
go
like
ahead.
when are they're gonna start making them second
Well,
quarter?
we're going
right?
to talk about this.
Okay, and I just
you're
wonder-
jumping ahead.
Okay, sorry.
That's the main subject.
Mark didn't read the notes. Sorry.
So again, they release partial price sheets. I'm not sure why this says, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but this article says every option priced, but there's not every option. I mean, I looked and looked and looked for that one, and I still haven't found it. So if you guys can point to where I'm not seeing something maybe, but I did not see a price for the carbon flash nacelles and roof for the convertible on these. Oh, I'm not. Am I showing it? No. Let me
It's got to be the normal.
This is on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum. But anyway, so if you haven't seen these pricing sheets, these are also linked in the description below. So check these out as well. It's kind of fun to go build your ZR1 and see what it comes up to. So check those out. Let's see. Has anybody responded to whether I'm wrong about the...
About the what?
About the carbon flash and the cells and roof. No, I get that, Gearhead. I totally get that it's the same price, most likely, but it's not listed. So if they didn't list that, how many other things did they leave out, is all I'm saying.
But Steven made a good, on the coupe, the roof is carbon fiber standard.
Well, I know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not talking. That's on there.
I know. I'm just saying, but we were talking about the rear hatch not being carbon fiber, but the roof is.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of, you know.
But on the ZR1, C6, and C7, the roof is carbon fiber. Too.
Right.
So.
I think that,
switch off your thing.
I mean, everything that's constrained usually is the carbon fiber stuff, so maybe it's good they didn't do carbon fiber on the, that would have slowed the production down or something.
Well, we'll talk about that as well. We've already discussed that last week or 2 weeks ago about, you know, hopefully there's no constraints on this car. I pray to God there's none, because that would just be extremely disappointing.
Yeah, Rick would lose his...
It would be annoying and disappointing.
Depends what number you're on a list. If you're a number 2-3 guy, you might get a call.
Well, I know, but what if you had this perfect build in your head,
I know,
and then you got to change it?
I know.
Someone like you is not going to change it.
No, I'll change it.
This is a ZR1. Maybe
For a ZR1.
Change it.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, every
The reason I
C8
would
that's
is
been
because
introduced-
the dealer I'm at, I know they're not going to get a bunch of cars. So if I pass, like I've done before,
That'll be done.
It could be waiting a year and a half.
Yep.
So it's like, you know, it just be what it'll be.
Okay. All right. Up next, probably most of you know this as well, but the Eray school is open at Ron Fellows. I actually talked to Darcy today, and it's very, very limited. So right now, the first couple of classes have already sold out. They're only allowing 24 people to a class. If you own an E-Ray and you want to get in a class, I would suggest calling up there and, you know, having her email you what she emailed me today, and then sending her the info back, and then she'll put you on the next available class. So, and I think the next one available is in June. There may be one more in May, but I'm pretty sure the next one will be June. So
Chewy Beast, it sold out in 3 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yep. That's what she said. I mean, it's because there's so few cars. Like the Stingray, there's like 100 Stingrays out there. So it's easy to get a class. And even then, it's sometimes hard to get a Stingray class.
Yep.
But you dealt with the Z06 class. There was hardly any spots.
Right.
So it's the same with the E-Ray.
Right.
Black Rose just jumped in and made a very good point.
Good. Let's check it out.
190 watching and only 64 thumbs up. Well, everybody just hit the thumbs up button, please. Get it over with.
Thanks for showing that,
Just
guys.
hit the thumbs up. Please just
Appreciate
hit thumbs up. Just shows that you're...
Michael wants to know what my ZR1 spec is. I can't remember if we talked about that or not.
Who did?
It's a
Michael.
secret spec.
You're
secret
actually going
spec.
to tell people?
He didn't tell me for 6 months on a Z06, so he's going to tell the whole world now, apparently.
I don't honestly know what it's going to be.
You haven't made your total mind up yet.
Yeah.
You haven't made up your mind yet,
I
huh?
think I will do a coupe though. I'll definitely do. I'll do
a
3LZ.
A coupe? Okay.
I'll definitely do comp seats, which I've never done.
Okay. Dwayne, I think you picked the comp seats too. I don't know about that.
It's because of the car.
Yeah. Needs to go with the... Yeah.
I'll do some carbon
you
fiber.
said you're doing coupe?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
I
you know,
am
this is
too.
where I need to play around with the builder.
Yeah.
I'm doing coupe for two reasons. Number one, because it's the first time they brought back the split.
Right. I
window.
like that.
And number two, because you lose a vent on the convertible.
Yeah, it's true.
The top vents.
Those two top vents are
That
not
doesn't
there.
make any sense to me, but
And they say there's no difference, but they say if you have those vents,
You get
there's more air going through
I
there.
know.
Yeah. I thought there was even, they were saying horsepower could be different.
who knows?
Oh yeah, you know what? You're
Someone
right.
mentioned
You're
that.
right.
It's-
They said
But
with the increased...
I am a fan. I like the split window. I really do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really like
And
it.
I feel like this is a different type of car, right? This isn't.
Yeah.
So it's a specialty car. So I'll
It's
do
a
comp
specialty car.
seats.
ZTK, obviously.
Yeah. If I can.
Well, right. Yeah.
But see, then everything changes. Like if my dealer said, you know what, all that stuff's on constraint, then I'll just get a hardtop convertible.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. I won't get a coupe non-ZTK.
I will.
No.
Yeah.
You'll get a coupe non-ZTK.
Yeah, because think about it this way. You probably haven't thought of this. There's going to be 3 places that are going to sell that ZTK
I know,
package.
but I don't want to do
3 places. What do you mean by that?
buying the parts aftermarket.
Yeah. There'll be 3 different manufacturers.
Oh, that'll
that
make it look like a ZTK.
Yeah, it'll make my car look just like a ZTK.
The ZTK, does that change any of the suspension geometry or the stiffness or anything? Like this? Okay.
Like slightly, but it's not a big deal.
Like, would they be different
I
springs?
don't remember.
springs?
I think maybe it does change the suspension a little bit, but it definitely changes the aero a lot. I mean, it's a huge amount of downforce different.
I mean, I don't know. The hardtop convertible, having several of them now, it would be hard to go. I mean, I really like it.
Just
which
push the button.
yeah.
Mike always says he doesn't put his down. Mark and I are the same. I put mine down
Anytime
all
I
the
take
time.
the car out, I mean, that's the whole
Pretty
point
much.
of a convertible.
As long as it's not the dead of the day and the heat.
or cold like it is
I put it
now.
down to look at it and go, ooh, that looks so good. But that's it. All right, so let's go ahead.
Davey, he's
Oh,
not
Davey
going to
said
tell you
what
the
color.
color.
No, well, I don't even know what color because,
Well, it'll depend
Haven't
on
pushed
whether
the
you get a
button.
25 or 26.
and I don't want to say if it's a 25 because I have made up my mind if it's 25 what I'll do. I think.
okay. All right.
All right, good.
So we'll keep that a mystery.
We'll keep
All
that a
right.
mystery then. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to the main subject, which is why the 2025 ZR1 could end up like Eray or worse.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to
Like
explain.
E-Ray or worse?
So I originally was thinking of titling it like the 2019 ZR1 or worse, but it's going to be way worse than the 2019 ZR1. And I'll explain. And I brought this Corvette Blogger article up because it goes over some things that talk about 2025 ZR1, when you can order it, when the 2025s are going to stop being built, when the 2026s are going to start being built, and so on and so forth. And so that's all in this, and it'll be linked in the description below. So
we know all those dates. We have those dates are kind of locked in or at least communicated.
Based off of what this article states, I'm guessing 2 to 2.5 months of a 2025 build.
That's
and
crazy.
it for the ZR1, okay? And Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's basically right. It could be up to 2.5 months. It won't be 3 months. So if we're looking at that many months only, and we know that the Eray started being built at the end of January of 2024, and by the time I got mine in June, mine was delivered June 24th of 2024, which was 6 months exactly. There were only 500 E-Rays built. And I've heard through the grapevine.
That was a slow bleed, wasn't it? Oh my gosh, that was so slow.
I've heard through the grapevine that the E-Ray, or the ZR1, is going to be less than the E-Ray as far as them slow rolling
ramping
it up. So even if they had 6 months to build the ZR1 for 2025, would they even build 500 ZR1s? And they don't. They have half that amount of time.
So nobody on this show or anybody's going to get a ZR1 then apparently.
Well, I don't know about that, but what I'm saying is how many do you think they will build? Will
Zippity's on. Is Zippity still on? He can give us a little insight
Zippity,
along with Rick.
Sure.
Rick and Zippity, if you're hearing anything about how many, would there be a slow ramp up like E-Ray, or because they're putting this out already in February, they're ready to go. And they got the parts sitting on the aisles ready to be slapped on.
Yeah, and supercharged E-Ray, Steven, he says they've only built 2,400 E-Rays total so far, and it's been a year.
Oh, boy.
But still, going back to the numbers that I just talked about, I'm thinking 200 or less ZR1s.
But wasn't part of the excuse with the E-Ray was it took more time to build the car and it was slowed down I thought it took more time.
We saw them on the line, but they weren't separated. You saw an E-Ray, a Stingray, a Z06.
I really don't think it had to do with that as much as it had to do with the marketing that GM did. Pretty much did them no good because they didn't have the demand for the E-Ray, and they saw that very quickly. And part of it was because people had a bad attitude about the E-Ray right
Speaking
away.
of bad attitudes, just some guy has one apparently.
Yeah, he's got a really bad. We're not going to talk about it. But he's got a really.
He'll
bad
be back
attitude.
next week to watch it again. Apparently, he likes watching and complaining. So.
Well, perfect.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for
like
joining
everyone.
in and helping the algorithm. Appreciate it.
Just make sure to hit the thumbs up button when you leave.
Exactly. Leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down on your way out.
Right.
That's right.
So yeah, I really think that we're going to see a very low amount of ZR1s in that 2.5 months because of the fact that it's just, what I've heard is it's already going to be less than the E-Ray, and because they're going to have a lot less time, it's going to be a lot less. So that's one of the reasons why I titled it the way that I did, and also because of the fact that it's kind of going to be one of those deals where if you have the ability to get a 2025 ZR1, you might have a pretty big choice to make because your dealer might tell you,
This is the only thing we've got.
No, they might tell you this. Hey, I can get you a 2025 ZR1, but here's why I might hold off on that. And they may give you many reasons to hold off on the 2025 and wait for the 2026. Wow. I was talking with Joe earlier, and he made a good point about the C4 ZR1. The C4 ZR1, the most important one out of all C4 ZR1s. What year is it?
The most important?
Yeah, the one that everybody seeks.
Technically 89, but it doesn't
No.
exist.
ZR1, the 95.
Exactly.
The last year, it's got those
95.
nice deep dish wheels. Sorry, Rob, we like your 91, but the 95 is cool because they boosted the horsepower to 405, I think. The deep dish
No, they did that in
They did that a
90.
long time before 95.
Like 93.
95 is the most sought out after
Yeah.
ZR1 for the C4 generation. And so, but they made, he was saying he thought they made a lot less of the first year of the C4 ZR1s compared to the 94 and below. Obviously, I think 95 is the lowest production year for
it tailed
the
down by
ZR1.
then, yeah.
However, why I'm saying this is, even if they make a very low production of the 2025 ZR1, is that really going to justify that car being worth extra money than a 2026 when the 2026 gets a brand new interior?
Right. No, I don't
Do you think
so.
that makes the 2025 a lot more rare in the future because it'll be a short production run for the 25?
That's what I'm trying to get
I mean,
at.
maybe if you have one that's no miles and you put up on,
and it's a
fast
split
forward
window,
10 years ago, from
it
now,
has
right?
every option on it, and it has no miles, then maybe.
It'll
but
have the wall of buttons, or maybe it'll be different.
I think if you take a look at the very first year C4 ZR1 with no miles, perfect condition, it's still not going to go as much as a 95 0 miles perfect condition.
Huh.
So
well, Rick put a little note out there. He said, no clue on quantities since they announce allocations next month. Maybe have a better idea. I'm guessing under 1,000 ZR1s, 500 or so. Best guess so far until more data is available.
So, but the point that I'm trying to make is, you might have a dealer that's very nice to you and says, I can get you a 2025 right away, or you can wait for the very first 2026 allocation and I'll get you that, and you'll get it very quickly after 2026 production starts. That's going to be a pretty hard decision for some, not for a lot, because I think a lot of you would say, I'm taking the 25.
And why would you want to do that? Hey, I'll just take a 26 because of the changes with the interior?
Because of the change. And, you're getting, it's like the people that have a 23, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they see the changes of the 24 and they're like, man, I wish I had this. I wish I had that.
Yep.
But the new interior is the biggest change they've made. It's a refresh.
Yep.
So that's why I'm saying, I don't know if some people are thinking, well, because it's going to be a low production, it's going to be worth a lot more, so I'm going to get the 25. You may be right. You may be wrong.
Supercharged says in total over the next 2 to 3 years, Jim will build as many as they can. Yeah, I think so. If the orders come in and people are buying it, they can.
People are. They have
as long as
orders.
there's no constraints. But he says the point of look how many Z06s they've made. They have made a bunch, right? The beginning was a slower ramp up, but how many Z06s have they made? They've made thousands and thousands.
They've made a lot of Z06s. I guess the next question I have is, how many combined 25 and 26 26 models do you think they'll make of the ZR1, Rick and Zippity and Corvette Rob? Because
they're not even
I would
sure.
I would like to think they would make more than the 2019 ZR1, and they've made just under 3,000 of those. So that hopefully, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are wanting this ZR1. I hope that they allow a lot of people to buy it, since it's going to be a multi-year ZR1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I could and I had the chance, I'd get the 25. And somebody asked me the question. I wouldn't wait till the 26. I mean, if some dealer calls me and says, "Hey, I can get you one," I'm not saying no.
If I were I would tell you this much right now. If I were not a YouTuber, and it didn't mean anything for me to get an earlier car, I would wait for the 26 because I want the brand new interior. That would, and you may have some dealers say, "Hey, get the 25, and when the 26 comes in, trade it in, and we'll give you a 26." You may have that as well.
It's true, because it is not just the wall of buttons. It's changing.
Well, when will we find out?
When
we find out the new interior by the Bash in April.
Yes,
and new colors.
I guess I changed my mind. You're right, because it's not just the wall of buttons being lowered.
Let's see the interior. Let's see.
Let's see the interior.
But you might order it before the Bash. You'll probably order it before the Bash. So that's the thing. And I was going to talk about the Bash.
Okay, stop the presses.
What? What do you see?
Rick Conti says some may not like the change.
Yeah.
It's minimal. I've seen it, and only few surprises, and a few surprises. So
that's good to know. Thank you for letting us know that, Rick. I didn't think it was going to be a huge amount of difference. I figured the wall of buttons would change, and I figured the screens would change, and that would pretty much be it. The infotainment center obviously is going to maybe be a little bit different because of the 2 different screens or 3 different. I've actually heard rumors that there's going to be 2 sections, so there's going to be 1, 2, 3 screens. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really care. If it's 2 or 3, I don't care.
And Rick, increasingly, Rick is giving us some breadcrumbs. There is a ZR1 surprise coming soon, not announced. Yet more of an exotic thing, maybe a 2026 option.
Woo. I wonder if he's talking about the Zora
Maybe
option.
It's an option box. Yeah,
I hope that's not an option box.
It is. It's an option box. It's been confirmed by Taj. He said it. The ZR1 will be the highest priced car we ever made.
That's not confirmed by Taj.
Yes, he said it.
I know he said
We have it. And also,
You're silly.
And it says, Professor Corvette says that rumor is that the 2026 will not need any DCT, fluid, or filter changes. Yes, the rumors are going to the Turbo Hydromatic 400.
Said manual. Black Rose Z06 said manual? Question mark?
No, the Turbo Hydro THR 400 transmission.
Yeah, ordering starts before the Bash. Exactly, Rick. So, but what we're talking about is we would think that at the Bash in April, we will get to see the brand new 2026 interior.
And colors.
And colors, yeah, exactly.
Are we going to the Bash?
Are we? I am.
You're going to the Bash? You're going to the Bash?
As far as I know.
When is it? April?
The end of April.
End of April?
Right?
Okay.
I think it was the end of April? Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, I would think
I'm going.
That
I'm on the calendar.
We'll all know by then, but if him and I have the opportunity to order something before then, I'm ordering at 25, no doubt.
If you get the chance
If I get the chance, yeah.
But the color thing could change. The color is more important to me.
You think they'll have different colors?
The color
for
would be more important
26?
to me. If there was a new color for 26 that I was just absolutely in love with.
Lizard green.
Not lizard green for me. I'm not a lizard green person.
Okay.
So you would wait.
If he needs data. He needs data.
I need data.
No, he just said the same thing he said about the Z06. I can't do without Seawolf Gray.
I know, and he delayed his car.
I'm waiting another 7 months.
How long did you wait? 7 months for that Z06, right?
7 or 8 months. It's a long time.
Yep.
Yeah,
but the ZR1 will be worse.
You know what? For me too, honestly. Well, the 25 would, for me, it would kind of like, that was like my Z06 thing, was the time of year. Because I'm thinking, well, my allocation would go in like July. I wouldn't have the car until like October 1st. It's like, well, at that point, what do I care if it's October 1st or March 1st?
Yep.
Which essentially is exactly what happened.
It
would have been, well, because my buddy Rob got my allocation. He just went with a normal. He got his car the 3rd week of September, and I got mine April 1st. Yeah. So that was the difference. Because we're at the same dealer. My allocation went to him, and I got the next allocation.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, I've got 2 more things. I'm really curious to see what the largest ADM is going to be on 2025 ZR1s, because the dealers are going to know these things are going to be super rare. Nobody's going to be able to get them. I'm guessing upwards of $250,000 extra on top of whatever you build.
How much?
Maybe even $300,000. Oh, because we saw.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.
We saw dealerships adding $150,000 to Z06s, and the Z06 is not quite a ZR1.
There'll be dealers that'll hold the orders, and there'll be that guy that just has called everywhere and can't get an allocation.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, anything north of that, that's just crazy.
Dwayne, did you pay extra on your? Did you have a dealer markup on your 2019 ZR1?
Okay, one more question. The 2023 Z06 at Barrett Jackson sold for $3.6 million. The very first Z06. What do you think the very first ZR1 is going to go for? And I think it's this Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Friday or Saturday.
Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
What do you think it's going to go for?
It'll be $5 million.
That's what I was thinking.
And is that going to be like a? Is that going to be like a Rick Hendrick guy?
I think it's Rick Hendricks.
The rumor is there's
He
another
always
guy
gets
that's wanting it. They may have a little bit of a bidding war.
Yeah. Well,
Who started that rumor?
I read it on some
Internet,
Facebook
page.
The Facegram Insta Face page, yes.
5.27, 4, 4.2, 4.5 to 5.
How many ZR95 ZR1s did they make? They're telling me
I think it was
400.
500 and
Yeah,
some.
like it was like 400.
he says 18 in 1995. I don't think that's right, Dwayne.
No.
I don't know. It was 18. It wasn't 18. Maybe
Robert, where are you at? You know
yes,
this.
Robert knows how many 95 ZR1s were made. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it
let's
was-
move
I think
on.
it was 500.
We're running out of time. We gotta.
All right. Do you have a question?
Are we doing a question? Or are we?
Well, why wouldn't we?
Well, because
Or should no? Let's just do my mileage.
let's do your mileage.
Let's do my
'Cause, I mean, I
mileage.
have a
Nobody
question,
knows
but,
that.
but this question
All right,
could
guys.
take a while. So mileage
let's
on
do
your
mileage.
E-Ray, you've had it for how long?
I've had it since June 24th. How many miles are on my E-Ray, guys?
June
Go.
24. So that's 7 months.
Yeah.
7 months.
Yep. 7 months.
I'd say about 500 or 600.
448 for 1995. So you were
448 for
Almost dead on.
Yeah, I think from
1995, Dwayne.
93, 94, they're all kind of right there, that 500, 600 mile.
93.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought they were in the thousands in 93 and 94. I thought it was. They kind of started ramping down, and then 95 was like they
Maybe,
made
I
one.
don't know.
I don't remember though.
Well, the LT1, the LT1 came out in 93, as Rob would tell you, and they increased the horsepower, so people were like bailing on the...
Well, we've already got one person almost dead on.
Really?
Yep. Oh, Gearhead Jeff said 93, 94, 95 were all.
Yes, I was
448.
thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
No, they didn't make the exact same amount
It's
in
very,
each
look
year.
it up.
Look it
Google
up real quick. I don't remember that.
No, I think he's right.
Rob, where's Rob? I don't want to look. I don't have my book.
Responded.
I think they made like close to 2,000 or 3,000 the first year. Then after that, they were all
Yeah,
in that
then it
400
went down.
number.
But I don't remember the same number for 3 straight years. It kind of went
Well,
down.
look, you're older. Your memory is not as good as it used to be.
You see what I have to put up with these guys? I got to put up with these
All right,
guys.
somebody just guessed it on the dot. So
All right, stop.
dang,
Stop.
he's actually had 3 really good guesses.
And by the way, Super
So-
8 Create, nobody is allowed to, starting today, you get one guess and one guess
No.
only. Why not just have AI answer 1,000?
Because this is not something that AI can answer.
But you could put 1 to 17,000.
You have
and
to do
your
it
answer would be
17,000
there.
times.
Yeah, you'd have to sit there and do it.
No.
Okay, so I hit end. So Derek Taylor is the winner. He's got a lot of good guesses, but 2,900 is what I'm at. So,
I would have thought you'd been higher.
well, think about it.
I know you haven't. There's reasons that you
I
haven't
was
driven
going
it.
back
I know.
and forth to
I know.
Colorado, so I didn't have the time to drive it. I was just talking
Yeah,
to parents
Rob, we
about
know.
this
What's
other
the
day.
number?
If I wouldn't have had to go to Colorado, I would probably have 5 to 5,500 miles on it now. But
Somebody just get their black book out. It's so simple.
Anyway.
I just don't have my black book with me.
so, Derek Taylor, you are the winner. I know you've won plenty of times. Well, I think you've won a couple of times before. But I've got your info, so I'll send you.
You got those lamps still. You got a bunch of
I
these.
think I have your info. Just
Oh, the
shoot.
lamps. I want to win one of those
just
lamps.
shoot me an email. But I think I have your info. But just in case, BOS 2020 C8.
Professor Corvette says that's only 1,450 miles since it's all-wheel drive. Dividing it by 4. Or 2.
So shoot me an email to that number or that email address, and I will get your whatever shirt, hat, something out to you.
Very good.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. We had a blast tonight. Thanks for participating. We like to hear everyone's input on, every subject that we talk about. So we really appreciate that. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do so on your way out. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, do that as well. We do this every other Wednesday night now, and you can set your calendar to it every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So there will be months that have 5 weeks that it'll be 3 times in that month. But I think there's only 4 months with those. So the rest, it'll just be twice a month.
Yep.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you on